Hi, welcome to my show, Community with me, Melissa Sandfield. I am here, you're here, we're all here. I am sponsored by that great drink, Pit Bull, the energy drink that's also safe and healthy. Today, we're going to get acquainted with you. We're going to let you know about events that are going on in our city. We're going to talk to some great women. I have some really great women here with me today. I'm going to let you know about the arts, things that are going on. We have Lion King. We have the Book of Mormon coming to town. It's won 9 Tony Awards, and we're really excited that show is coming. Smokey Joe's Cafe is in town at the Pasadena Playhouse. We want to support the arts. We want to be really excited about the things that are going on in our community. We want to use that term in the broadest sense of the word. We want to say community is our world. If we just say community in our area, then that sets us up for boundaries. And we want to let everyone know that we have no boundaries. Love has no boundaries. When we embrace people, there are no boundaries. So today we have some beautiful ladies here that are doing great things in the community. We have a great business owner here from, I smell those gourmet tacos. Oh, it's just down the street. Miss Sky from Sky's Tacos, Gourmet Tacos. She's here and she's going to tell us about the exciting things that she has going on with her business. Has been there for 21 years. So she's going to be coming up soon. But for now, we have Miss Thaisa Walton with her beautiful daughter, Sade Walton. They're here and she's heading the I Am My Sister's Keeper Youth Council Foundation. So when we come back, we're going to have a nice little interview and we're going to be excited to hear about the good things that she's doing with the ladies that she's working with her program. You don't want to miss it. I have wonderful ladies here. Please stay tuned. So here today, we have Miss Thaisa Walton and her beautiful daughter, Sade. They're going to tell us about the great things they have going on. We're going to have them tell us about the sex trafficking that's going on with our young women and how Miss Thaisa Walton has encouraged the women, to keep them off the streets. Welcome, Miss Thaisa.
Well, thank you for having us, Miss Melissa.
Anytime.
My name is Thaisa Walton, and I am the executive director, of I'm My Sister's Keeper, co-founded by my 2 daughters, Dominique and Sade. We actually moved here 6 years ago from Chicago so that my youngest could pursue her career in acting, and I guess God just had greater things for us. I took to working at a juvenile facility here in L.A., and at my facility, 7 out of every 10 young ladies have been involved in human trafficking or teenage prostitution. So we try to encourage them that they are not per se a victim, but they are survivors. I fasted for 21 days on last year and had a vision, and it was to do something with these young ladies. Which is we want to open up a group home and continue to empower them through continued education, counseling, of course, religion, and just keeping them abreast. So it hasn't been easy, but it's been worthwhile. We are a nonprofit, a 501c3, and we are currently having fundraisers in order to raise the funds needed to open a group home entitled I'm My Sister's Keeper Youth Council. I would like for my daughter to tell you exactly where and how this journey began, because it began with a student.
Okay.
Well, as she has said, the journey hasn't been easy at all, but it's well worth it. At times, she has gotten a little bit caught up, and I have to be there like, no, mommy, God said it's going to happen. It's not going to happen on our time. It's going to happen on his time, and we have to trust him and keep pushing, which we're going to do no matter what. Yes. We definitely have to help these girls. It's not, oh, well, we want to do this. No, we have to. It's a need for it. So, yes, as she said, 21 days of fasting. And I was in my room at the time, and she was asleep. It was past her bedtime. She has a bedtime because she has to get up really early for work. So it's about around 11-something at night, and she gets to yelling my name, Sade, Sade. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm thinking somebody breaking in the house, so I'm running in the room. And she's like, he showed me. He told me everything. And at the time, I'm like, who showed you? Who told you what? And she just began to map out everything for me and say he told me that we have to do something for these girls, and we're going to start off with a fundraiser. And we're from Chicago, Illinois. So the first one had to be there, and we weren't going to pay for anything. And come the second week of August of last year, that happened. So I was just like, okay, I'm really rocking with it now. I'm 100%. At first I was 90% like, I don't really know. We only got a couple of months, but once we did it, we were on it.
So tell us exactly what your foundation does, your youth council does for the young women.
I'm my sister's keeper. It came about from a student at the juvenile facility where I work. She was about to be released and she had nowhere to go. She told me that there was a green light, which at the time I didn't understand what it meant. It meant that her pimp had put the go on her, that anyone who saw her could get her, do whatever they wanted. She truly believed that she wasn't going to live. She told me that she would commit suicide. Being mandated by the state, I had to report it, and we were able to place her at a safe haven. I would go visit her, and this place was terrible. This group home was dirty. It was not a safe haven to me. We kept in touch, and over a year, just kept in touch trying to see how she was doing. She was still on the street, and I am excited to say that as of today, Ray, which the fundraiser I named A Ray of Hope, Ray has been off the streets, off the track, off the blade for 7.5 months.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yes, she's back in school. We're seeking housing, and I'm excited for her life. And because of that, I know that if we start with one girl, that we can save more than one.
Oh, yes.
I'm expecting great things, and it starts right here today with you having us on your show.
Thank you. I understand also that there's this big gala you put on for these young ladies and that they get all dressed up. And so if you could tell us a little bit about that big gala.
Yes, we're excited. A Ray of Hope will concurrently continue here in California every first weekend of June. We start off with a masquerade ball, which was so graciously put on and donated to us by Lynn Patterson of LL Consignment, as well as on that Saturday, the main event, fundraisers, where we had speakers. One of our speakers was a former young prostitute who started at the age of 12, and she spoke about her life. We had a couple of speakers, dances, fashion shows. It was awesome, and that took place at the Art Gallery in Inglewood. Dr. Rockman blessed us that evening as well. So people have joined in this journey with us who I probably would have never crossed paths with. And I'm humble. I'm truly humble. The fundraiser is to raise funds for that's needed, because we have to raise over $60,000 just for 3 months of operational expenses that I have to be able to prove and show these people that we can do this.
Right.
And we can do it.
So what is it like? Is there anything you let us know what our listeners and our viewers can do to help in your fundraising?
Yes, well, actually, we do have a website where they can definitely get more information, and that's www.imsk4.com. It lists events coming up, how donations can be made. It is tax deductible because it's a 501c3, and just stay abreast on current issues. The young ladies who continue to write they email me and let me know that they're okay. Their letters are also listed so that people can see this is real, and it hits home. It almost hit my home.
Right.
And when it came into our home, I became so much more passionate about it. It was no more excuses. It was every reason to do it. And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to do it. It's hard because I'm not a celebrity. I don't have no celebrity friends. So it's us. It's just ordinary people trying to make a difference.
Yes. So you should be really, really proud of your mom.
I definitely am.
And she's an inspiration, I'm sure, to all of the ladies that she works with. We're very, very happy to have you here today.
We're glad to be here.
And let's give that website again.
That website is
IMSK4.com.
And when do you expect that your group home will open?
Well, we're definitely focusing on at least, if I could, I would do it tomorrow.
Yes,
but realistically, I'm going to give it at least another 2 years because right here in LA County, they're no longer giving out what's called support letters. So I may have to go to another county. I've been speaking with some persons in San Bernardino. I will go to the moon, Miss Melissa. Wherever I can get it in, I'll go to make sure that these young ladies are okay. I've been on Long Beach Boulevard. I've walked the streets at night with the missionary of Faith Inspiration Church. I know what it's like. I've been out there.
And how young are these girls?
Statistically, each year 100,000 to 300,000 young people. I'm not going to just say girls because it's young men also. At the facility I'm at, we have young men. And they are usually runaways. I would say 75% may be runaways that are picked up within 48 hours of running away by a lurking pimp.
Wow.
The youngest, statistic-wise, 12 years old. I have touched, I have hugged, I have seen a 12-year-old.
Wow.
14 now, that's a veteran. You old, you 14.
And what can we do to change the lives of these women? I mean, it seems like this may be the only life they know. What can we do?
For some it is. We have to report these things. We have to keep our ears and eyes open to these streets. There are agencies, there are numbers. I'm sorry I don't have it. I would definitely give it to you. 1-800 numbers. Call 911. We have to be involved.
Right.
You know, they say a code of ethics for the street. We have to take back what's ours. It takes a village, and we have to be that village. We got to start from scratch. I'm starting from scratch. I'm putting my own into this, my own money, my own time. But if I don't get it going, who will?
Exactly.
So to just stay abreast, to keep our eyes open, to read, to listen, to pay attention, and to get involved.
Is there anything that we can do, at this time? I mean, do you take, if you have women on the streets, are there donations you take maybe like...
I actually love going down in Long Beach on Figueroa. We have plastic bags that we fill with goodie personals. Some of them can't just come off the street at that time. They won't. Okay. But if you give them hope, you give them something to look forward to. So with the young ladies I have at the facility, I want them to know when they get out that they can go somewhere and be safe. No pimp's going to get them.
Okay. We're going to hold it right there, and we'll be right back with more from the ladies from I Am My Sister's Keeper. Into just for a few moments about the hygiene products that I mean, everybody can do that. You can go to the 99-cent store and grab $5 or $10 worth of things, a soap, a toothpaste. Let me see if I can get it, a body wash, maybe some toothbrushes and deodorant and soap. Maybe something like that would cost you about $10. And I think a lot of people would be able to do that. So if they're able to do that, they would go to your website, and maybe even if they wanted to donate clothes to these ladies, because our self-esteem, we don't want it to be outside, like our outward appearance, but sometimes it's necessary to change the way the women look on the outside, which will change their inner being and their inner thinking. So
just last month, IMSK was asked how could we do more by a friend of mine, Adroa. And she said, well, why don't we adopt a family? Adopt a family. So once a month now, we are adopting a family in the community that needs help, assistance.
Wow.
Our first family, she was out actually in the newspaper front page for poverty, a family of poverty, where she lived on Skid Row with her children.
Wow.
She's a young mother, and people want to say, well, she's got too many kids, and that's because when you don't know better, you can't do better.
Right.
She's learning now, and I feel good working with her and helping her, as well as my daughter. Just doing the things that we're enjoying doing. So adopting the family monthly is, like you say, the hygiene products are so essential. We have people out there who can only go get 5, and that 5 have to last them that month. So we are accepting donations, clothing for children as well, adult clothing with the teenage. Some of the girls are bigger. The hygiene products. And actually for Christmas, along with, I do a morning devotional called Favor of God. And we're on Facebook. We're going to be reaching out into the community. And for Christmas, we're going to be, I personally have been given this job by my pastor, Don, to place a family with someone in the church.
Wow.
And I call it's Angel Tree, mostly known in church, but I call it a tree of hope.
Wow.
Because we're giving these families hope. And it'll just be, Christmas gifts for the family. We're excited to do this. We're very excited. So we got a lot on our plate, but it feels good to know nothing that we're doing is in vain, because to see the smiles from the mothers when they get a basket with the things that you listed, the hygiene products,
Yes.
even just dishwashing liquid and stuff like that helps these families. So we box them and we're able to give them to them. The donations actually on the website is my phone number. That's my cell number.
Wow.
And my our email address. So if anyone would like to contribute anything, and if they want to, it's tax deductible.
Yes.
I'll give them the EIN for tax deductions.
Oh, cool. Well, we're excited. We're so happy that you came in. I was introduced to you through a friend, actually Dr. Rockman. He said that there's this wonderful, beautiful lady, and you guys, you remind me of each other. You two, he told me. And then when you walk in, we have on the same glasses, and we have this like really outgoing personality. We clicked immediately, and I'm so happy that you've come in today and that you were my first guest on my
I appreciate
show.
that.
And I'm just so happy, and your beautiful daughter. We're very, very proud of you. Would you have any closing words? Anything that you would like to say?
Yes, I would say to the young girls, I am 20 years old, so we also did community service at a placement house. And there was so many young girls, and they look up to me instantly as like a big sister. I'm not too far in age from them, so they do look up to me, and I love these girls. Once I shake their hands or give them I don't even shake hands. I give hugs and kisses. So the advice I do give to these young girls, just definitely stay in school. Whatever you have a passion in, definitely go for that and just keep succeeding. Keep going. Don't stop. Stopping is not an option.
Stopping is not an
And
option.
to know they have self-worth.
Yes, and to know, exactly, to have self-respect, and they are worthy. They wouldn't be here on earth if they weren't worthy in some type of way.
That's wonderful. I see that your mom is teaching you all the things that will help you help others. And that's really why we're here. That's why we're put on earth, to help each other,
Exactly.
not to close ourselves off. So I'm so happy. I just can't say it enough that you came in today and that you brought your beautiful daughter. And we will keep in touch with you.
Yes.
If anyone wants to help and donate anything, you can email me also at communitywithme1@gmail.com. So we're going to always keep the doors, of RMC open for anyone that has anything good, anything positive. anything. And the holidays are coming up. We got to think about other people at this time. You know, we have to think about other people. It's so important. It's not all about toys. We have needs every day. We have to eat every day. We have to brush our teeth all the time. I mean, you know, every day.
Yes.
So we need these things, certain things that we need that we take for granted. We just don't have. So if there's anyone out there that would like to give or donate to I'm My Sister's Keeper, we are here. Our doors are open for you, and you're able to give whatever it is you can. No donation is too small. So we want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you
I can't
for
thank you
having
enough. And we welcome you at any time. Anytime
Thank
you want
you.
to come in, our doors are open.
Thank you.
So we're going to go to break, and coming back, we have Miss Sky. She's here from Sky's Gourmet Tacos. She's going to join us and tell us all about her business. Thank you. We'll be right back. We're back, and I am here with the beautiful Miss Sky. She is going to introduce herself. She is the owner, and she has these fabulous recipes. I love her sassy sauce. I love her avocado dip. Oh my God, I love it. You got to try it. Her chips are amazing. I get this shrimp quesadilla, and I don't take anybody with me when I go. Shame on me, because I don't want to share my food with anyone. Her lemonade is good, great, big, huge lemonade. The large is like huge. So Miss Sky, I call her Miss Sky because I love Sky's Tacos. She's going to tell us about her restaurant. It's been in business 21 years, and oh yes, she has a food truck, so look out for her. She's driving. Somebody's coming to a city near you. Look for her. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored. I'm a pleasant surprise, and I hope that I can help fill everybody in about Skies.
Yes. Tell us how your concept started, because you don't just have regular tacos or regular burritos. Your menu items are pretty much gourmet, which is in the name of the company.
Mm-hmm. Well, it started 21 years ago. First of all, I worked for a corporate, and I was an asset manager for a high-rise downtown for several years. And I quit. So for 9 months, I had a great time. So if you have a great time for 9 months, you know, after the 10th month, you need to work.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, what I did is I prayed for 9 days because I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to go back on a job. So in that prayer, I said, you know, God, you got to show me what to do, because I don't know even what I want to do. And that 9th day, I awakened, and one word, tacos. And I obeyed. I sat up and I said, it was 6 a.m. in the morning. I said, tacos? Good idea. Tacos. And that moment, it started. It didn't start the next day. It started at 9 o'clock that morning.
Wow.
Called my sister. She says, I know the place on Pico. And I said, let's go see it. And I said, well, gosh, I don't have much money, because, you know, those 9 months I spent all the money.
Right.
Okay? So all of a sudden you realize you have a real dream.
Right.
But you've spent the money.
Right.
Okay, so I started out with $2,000 in a dream.
Wow.
Got this place on Pico. And this was the vision came to me, not the vision, God spoke to me at January 23rd, probably at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I went and secured a lease February 5th.
Wow.
Okay, so I was serious. So as I sat there, I had nothing. I had no stove, I had no furniture, I had no chair. I just knew I was going to be doing tacos. Now there's a story to this tacos, because for years as a teenager, I was born and reared in a little town outside of Chicago. It's called Waukegan. And I hate to say it, it's called Waukegan. Anyways, so in Waukegan, they didn't have tacos. But I remember through my eating travels, I found this tortilla, and they had wrapped something up in this tortilla, and they called it a taco. Remember, I was 13 years old, and I knew then I was in love with tacos. And I started making tacos at home from the time I was 13, 14, 15. And then, you stop. And after I married and had my first child and everything, I was doing tacos. Okay, and then I stopped. And then my second child, I was doing tacos. So this is the key behind this tacos. And this just wasn't clear blue out of the way.
Right.
I was doing tacos because tacos, that was in my soul.
Right.
So anyway, I moved into this place February 23rd, and it's bare. I've got no money and bare. So I go in the kitchen and I start drawing with a chalk where I want the stove, where I want the refrigerator. Remember, I've got $2,000. The stove was a wolf, 12 by 24 inches, the grill, 6 burners, and that was $2,000.
Wow.
So after that, friends donated like refrigerations, like from Carmen's on 3rd, and it needed a new compression, but somebody put it in, and then somebody donated this and that, and then I got some tables and chairs, and I did the floor, and I didn't even have a counter cut. I had nothing.
Wow.
And I said, I kept going. I said, okay, this is good, but what am I going to do? And all of a sudden I said, you know what, you're going to open. You're going to open today. That was March 5th at 1:44 p.m., 1992.
Wow.
I opened the doors, and this is what I knew. I had gone through the health department, but I wasn't certified city, but I knew they'd catch me. And you sometimes just got to go through the back door to do what you have to do.
Right.
Okay, because I knew when they did, I at least would have made some money, and I'd be halfway prepared.
Right.
Well, it's really never like that, but in my mind. So anyway, along comes, the people, the powers that be, and say, you got to shut this down. You don't have this, and that. I said, not a problem. This was in November.
Wow.
So through that period, I was able to save to get the HVAC system, and there had already been a restaurant there, and a restaurant being there, it was under a grandfather clause, so I was able to kind of slide in there under the grandfather clause. Okay. So then I said, now remember, we're on Pico, and Pico is not that developed. The only people that's doing anything on Pico is Roscoe's. They're tearing it up. Okay,
Right.
but, down where my end, they weren't doing much on Pico. CJ's, they were doing okay, but basically, Pico was like a silent place, and it was a destination place. Okay, so being destination, nobody knows why they're going to Pico unless they know why they're going to Pico.
Right.
So if you're going to Pico for Roscoe's, you're going to Pico for Roscoe's. If you're going to Pico for taco, that's what. But you just don't hang out on Pico unless you're going to get your car fixed.
Right.
And then you don't think about a taco place.
Right.
So I had to figure out, and I don't know if I ever figured it out, how I was going to get the people to come in. But I knew that I had time to develop this menu, develop this taco, develop this taste. I knew what I wanted in this taco. I knew what I wanted it to taste like. I knew the quality, the product I wanted, but I just didn't know basically how it was all going to come together. And I didn't worry about it. But I knew I wanted shrimp taco, beef and turkey. Okay, so I just bought a little bit of everything.
Right.
And I started developing. That's what I did.
I was so excited when I first walked into your place. It's very quaint, and it has a cozy feeling to it. Your staff is always very professional. They're always very helpful.
Thank you.
They serve you. They actually don't even look for tips. When you tip them, they're like, very gracious.
Thank you.
In this day and time, that's very rare. So I want to know, what's your number one seller? I know you have a vegan menu as
Yes.
well, right?
Yes.
So what's your number one sell?
The shrimp
selling item?
taco.
Shrimp
The
taco.
shrimp taco, the people come from all over the world for that shrimp taco.
Wow.
And the shrimp taco was put on the menu initially. It was never just, by chance. It's like,
Right.
6 months into it, we're going to try shrimp. Shrimp was always part of my vision. And what makes our shrimp tacos unique, first of all, we don't chop up the shrimp unless you want them chopped up. And what we do is we put the seasoning in with the butter, and we put the tortilla in that dip on the grill.
Wow.
And that makes your shrimp taco very unique and really delicious.
It does. I love the shrimp taco, and I know that you also have a food truck. Tell us about that food truck.
We have a food truck. In 2010, we launched the food truck, and that came about by, I have a wonderful partner. His name is Kevin Miner, and Kevin is really wonderful, and my son, he's my partner too. And they're just like great. Okay, so Kevin calls me up and he says, what about a food truck? I says, oh, well, what about it? Go for it. Let's go for it.
Right.
So we got together and they got the truck and everything, and we put all new equipment in our truck.
Wow.
Every bit was spanking brand new. We had it wrapped, custom wrapped, and everything. We thought, this is like the cat's meow. So remember, in 2010, everybody was getting a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know what it meant to me, but anyways, Kevin and Victor, they were commandeering how we're gonna manage this truck,
Right.
because this truck, in essence, is a whole nother unit.
It is.
It's a whole nother store. It's not just, well, we can just try to transfer. It's a whole nother thought process.
Right.
So we started hanging out on Wilshire Boulevard. Hanging out on Wilshire, that's where everybody was, right? But at that time, they didn't have 25 trucks hanging out.
Right.
They had maybe 8. So people started to get to know us, and they would call. They would call and say, we would like to book you. We would like to book you. And we were doing, which we are still doing, weddings, and we do all kinds of events. I mean, you name it.
Let's make sure we give your information. We need your address. We need your phone number.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm at 5408 West Pico Boulevard. And again, I've been there for 21 years. And at 5408, we do have a patio that can be used for different book clubs or whatever if you wish. And also we have the tea garden, which is quite lovely. It's grassy and it's got plants, and put our the umbrellas out there and heaters, and it's quite beautiful. We use that for baby showers or whatever. That is also, for rent. Our truck, back to our truck, what we do with that is people, when they call, it's I think corporate calls and says, could you come out from 12 to 2, prepaid? Could you come? I mean, we get, this is daily.
Wow.
So our truck doesn't have to hang out as other trucks.
Right.
Because at one time, I believe on Wilshire, there were like 25 trucks. And God, thank God, we weren't in the 25 trucks,
Right.
okay? So again, people are calling for appointments, and, we're glad to accommodate them. And also, we do our catering, big time. We do casual catering
Wow.
as well as upscale catering.
Wow.
And our catering can be done either with, again, the truck, because some people, the truck is so popular. People are using the truck for so many different events
Right.
that one you wouldn't even think about.
Wow.
So you can use the truck as, excuse me, as, augment, or we can come in with our servers, on-site cook. That's very popular. We go to Santa Monica, Beverly Hills.
Wow.
And again, only thing you have to do is call 323-932-6253. And someone will pick up the phone. If I'm not there, they will give me the message.
Wow.
It will
Well,
give me
I'm
the message.
so happy that you came in. I'm so excited. I'm probably going to come over Friday and get that beautiful shrimp quesadilla that I love, 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 love so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
and
you.
that sassy sauce that's just so perfect. I really, really love it. So I thank you for coming
Thank you.
in. We'll be right back. I have the honor today of having a guest here that's going to bless this show for me. He allowed me to come on his show when I was doing a donation drive for a homeless shelter. And so I would be amiss if I did not invite him here today. He is my confidant. He is my friend. And he also calls RMC his home. Mr. Prez Blockman.
You're so kind. I'm honored to be on your show, and congratulations as well also.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure that I include you in today's festivities because you're near and dear to my heart. And as the professional that you are, you've been speaking and you've been the voice of Roscoe's for 38 years. We would love to know what your outlook is on the radio spectrum that we have here.
It's very state of the art, and it's wonderful. Larry, Johnny, Ryan, the whole team has put together a magnificent piece of artwork, something that Roscoe's never envisioned in 1975 when Gower first started. And to have this is just a plus. And then to have you as one of the partners in the Pit Bull operation and the Roscoe's, it's even greater.
Thank you. I know that you have a show that we also talk about on Sundays. Can you tell us a little bit about that show on Sundays?
Well, there's one here as well also, and then there's the Presgram, which is Saturday night midnight and for 38 years, and Sunday morning gospel prime time, Sunday afternoon gospel prime time from 1 to 4. Sunday mornings is from 10 to 11:30. We have the Pastor's Corner at 10:30 where we do sermons for a half hour for the sick and shut in, those that cannot get to church. And it was a vision that the Lord had gave us many, many years ago. And the Lord just ajarred those avenues from the 39th prophet of the Old Testament, Malachi, said he would open up the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing so great you wouldn't have room enough to take it in if you didn't rob him. And it's a great show.
Great show.
Yeah.
And we want to tune into that. Can you let us know what time your Sunday broadcast is? I'm actually inspired when I listen to that show, your voice, and it's early mornings. And you always give Cadence and I a nice little shout out. So we always appreciate that.
Again, it's Sunday morning. Well, we start Saturday night midnight. Then Sunday mornings for the people going to church and getting out of church, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock service, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. as aforesaid. The Pastor's Corner from 10:30 to 11, where we do a sermon of some, great pastor to inspire those that are in convalescent homes and hospitals, incarcerated, those that just going to be late going to church. And then we come back Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 with a great gospel score and much, much more. And that is on KTYM, AM 1460 radio. And, of course, my Saturday night broadcast, I am honored to have your technician, Rai. Big Ryan is my engineer on Saturday night midnights.
Oh, cool. Well, I know that recently you did this annual, it was a big, party with all these choirs, and I was so lucky to be there and be invited, and that was a great event. That's your annual event?
That's Prayers Blackman's Day. It's our birthday radio fundraiser. Mayor Bradley started that in 1975, and we thought it was just going to be for one day for my contribution to the city of Los Angeles. And then the next year, the late Supervisor Kenneth Hahn, he took a part, and then it went on down the line. Deacon Eddie Cox of the Five Blind Boys of Alabama, he took a part, and so they just kept it in Los Angeles for the contribution that we've given to the city of Los Angeles, helping the sick, helping those on Skid Row, and those incarcerated as well, because it's never about us, you understand?
Yes.
If we stay between Genesis and Revelation and stay focused, the rest is history. And I was just honored that you and Cadence took a part in the 38th annual Prayers Blackman's Day.
We had a ball. I mean, the choirs were rocking, and I still got to go to that church on Manchester and Broadway. What is the name of that church?
That's New Mount Zion. That's my honorary church. Dr. James T. Tolson is the pastor of that church. That's where Miss Vicki Williams Cotton is, the lead singer that you enjoyed.
Oh, I even enjoyed the part when the First Lady got up.
Really?
She took off her hat, jumped into the choir, into the front line of the choir, and just change gears. And that's what it's about. You change gears. You're able to help here. She sat with her husband, which was a pastor. And then when it came time to sing, she jumped in there with her people, with her sheep, with her flock. And I loved it. I had a ball that day. So I want to say thank you for coming. Do you have any closing words that you would like to share with us?
Well, we would just like to tell the people to be focused for Roscoe's, all 6 locations, soon to be 7. And not to mention Mr. Hudson and Keno and the whole Lisa, David, all the Roscoe staff, all 6 stores. And RMC Studios, the newest addition to Roscoe's, is a plus because for the simple reason is it's just a dream. It's a beauty to know that the old man would take time to go away from chicken and waffles, the kitchen, and then put a media together and then have competent people to manage the media center, RMC here, and we're just honored as well also. And for all of you that's out there, just remember George Dean and the Gospel 4, Memphis, Tennessee, and Spencer Taylor, the Highway QC's January the 26th, Roscoe's Prayers Graham Family Media event. And again, Melissa, congratulations, and may you continue to be at RMC another 38 years, your first 38 years, and then I'll come back again.
I would love it. I would love it. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Love and
I appreciate
blessings.
you, and I love you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We'll be right back with our closing remarks. Hi, we're back. I'm going to wrap up this show. I'm going to let you all know that we are Community with Me. Here at RMC, we're going to focus on the community, period. We want to know about the businesses. We want to know about the individuals who are doing great things in the community. My show is all about good things. Thank you. And we'll see you next week.